The morning sky over New York turned from blue to an angry purple as hundreds of alien ships pushed through Earth's atmosphere. Their massive hulls, dark as storm clouds, blocked out the sun. On the streets below, people stopped and stared up with open mouths, their phones held high to record humanity's first contact with alien life. They didn't know they were recording the beginning of an invasion. High Commander Reed stood on the bridge of his flagship, the Imperial Fist, looking down at the blue planet through holographic displays. His thin lips curved into what his species considered a smile. Earth was exactly as their scouts had reported, a primitive world barely reaching for the stars, still burning fossil fuels and fighting among themselves. "Prepare the announcement," Reed ordered his communications officer. "Let's give these primitives a chance to surrender before we take what we need." The invasion fleet numbered over 500 ships, each one carrying enough firepower to level a small country. The Stellar Empire had conquered 17 other worlds this way. None had lasted more than a day. On Earth, military bases around the world scrambled into action. In the Pentagon's underground command center, General James Miller watched as red dots appeared on the global threat display. His weathered face showed no fear, only grim determination. "Get me the president," Miller said, his voice steady, "and connect me to all command centers. It's time to show them what we've been preparing for." The alien message boomed across every radio frequency, television channel, and digital screen on Earth. "People of Earth, your planet has been chosen for resource extraction by the Stellar Empire. Resist and face extinction. Submit, and some of you may survive as our workers. You have 1 hour to." The message cut off as Earth's first response streaked into the sky. Hidden silos across the planet opened up, revealing not the old nuclear missiles everyone thought they contained, but something far more advanced. Electromagnetic pulse cannons, quantum disruption beams, and kinetic strike vehicles, weapons humanity had been developing in secret for decades. High Commander Reed's smile vanished as the first wave of Earth's defenses slammed into his fleet. 3 Imperial ships exploded before their shields could activate. Another 5 spun out of formation, their systems scrambled by weapons that shouldn't have existed on such a backward world. "Impossible," Reed shouted, gripping his command chair as his flagship shuddered. Their technology level was confirmed. They're supposed to be primitive. On the ground, humanity showed it was anything but primitive. The streets that had been full of scared civilians minutes ago now swarmed with military vehicles emerging from hidden underground bases. Anti-aircraft guns that looked like normal buildings revealed themselves, their advanced targeting systems locking onto the alien ships. In orbit, the International Space Station transformed, propping its fake panels to reveal a fully armed battle station. Chinese space platforms that other nations thought were satellites turned into defense platforms, their weapons already firing. "They're everywhere," screamed an alien officer as another ship fell from the sky. "The humans, they're not following any known combat patterns." General Miller allowed himself a small smile as he watched the alien fleet's perfect formation break apart. "Did you really think," he muttered, "that all those UFO sightings over the years were just imagination?" The battle raged for 6 hours. The aliens had superior technology, but Earth had surprise and home field advantage. Humanity's weapons were unorthodox by galactic standards, simple railguns firing chunks of metal at near-light speed, modified nuclear devices that bypassed energy shields, and electromagnetic pulses that crashed alien computer systems. As the sun set over New York, the purple sky had turned orange with the flames of burning alien ships. High Commander Reed's mighty invasion fleet was in shambles, with nearly a third of his ships destroyed or disabled. "Full retreat," Reed ordered, his voice shaking with rage and disbelief. "Return to Empire space immediately." As the alien ships fled Earth's atmosphere, humanity celebrated its first victory against an extraterrestrial threat. But in the Pentagon, General Miller knew this was just the beginning. "Send word to all commands," he ordered. Phase 1 is complete. Begin Phase 2. Prepare for the counterattack. The message went out to hidden bases across the planet and secret facilities on Mars and the Moon. After decades of preparation, humanity was finally ready to show the galaxy why Earth should never be underestimated. 3 days after the failed invasion, the world watched in awe as Commander Tom Wilson stepped onto a global broadcast stage. Behind him stood a massive screen showing the Earth, but with additions no civilian had ever seen before. Dozens of military bases on the Moon, weapon platforms in orbit, and a fully operational fleet of human spacecraft hidden on Mars. People of Earth, Wilson began, his military uniform decorated with a simple pin showing Earth and its moon. Today we reveal the truth. Since 1947, when we recovered our first alien spacecraft in Roswell, humanity has been preparing for this moment. The screen behind him changed to show underground bases across every continent. In Antarctica, massive doors opened in the ice, revealing shipyards building vessels that looked both human and alien in design. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, another fleet of ships rose from hidden underwater bases, their hulls gleaming with technology far beyond what the public thought possible. Project Guardian began as a cooperation between 12 nations. Wilson continued. Today, it includes every country on Earth. While we fought our public wars and showed our divisions to the world, underground we were united, preparing for the day aliens would come to conquer us. In orbit, the Stellar Empire's spy satellites watched in disbelief as Earth's true military power revealed itself. Hidden bunkers in the Himalayas opened to show advanced fighter craft. The Sahara Desert shifted as massive weapon platforms rose from the sands. "Impossible," muttered High Commander Reed, watching the broadcast from his retreating flagship. "Our intelligence said they were decades away from spaceflight. How did we miss this?" The answer came from Dr. Martin, Earth's leading scientist in reversed engineered technology. He stepped up to the stage, holding what looked like a piece of twisted metal. "This," he said, "is from the first alien ship that crashed on Earth. We didn't just study it, we improved it." While alien civilizations grew comfortable with their inherited technology, humanity did what it does best. We innovated. The screen showed testing facilities where human scientists had taken alien concepts and rebuilt them from the ground up. Simple rail guns became magnetic acceleration cannons that could pierce any known shield. Basic radio technology evolved into quantum communication systems that couldn't be intercepted or jammed. In an underground base in Colorado, engineers unveiled humanity's greatest achievement, the Star Forge, a massive shipbuilding facility that combined human creativity with alien technology. The first vessel it had produced, the EDS Defender, rose from its hidden silo. Unlike the sleek, standardized ships of the Stellar Empire, it was an impressive mix of human practical design and advanced alien systems. "We knew they would come," Wilson said, his voice firm. "We knew they would think us weak and primitive. This was our advantage. While they watched our old rockets and satellites, our real technology stayed hidden, growing stronger every year." The broadcast reached even the Galactic Council chambers, where alien leaders watched with growing concern. Humanity wasn't just fighting back. They had been planning this for generations. Deep under the Atlantic Ocean, another secret revealed itself. A quantum computer facility activated, linking all of Earth's hidden defenses into one network. The alien ships that escaped Earth's atmosphere sent back urgent messages. The humans weren't just ready for war, they had built an entire parallel civilization preparing for it. To the Stellar Empire and any other hostile forces, Wilson's voice carried across space. "You have two choices. Leave Earth's solar system and never return, or face the full might of humanity's combined power. We have watched, we have learned, and we have prepared. This is your only warning." In orbit, automated defense platforms activated, their weapons tracking every alien vessel in the solar system. On Mars, hangars opened to reveal hundreds of human warships, each one built to counter specific alien technologies. General Miller stood in the Pentagon's real command center, 5 miles beneath the surface. "Send the order," he said. "All ships launch. Show them what humanity can really do." The age of hiding was over. Now it was time for humanity to take its place among the stars, whether the galaxy liked it or not. The stars lit up with explosions as Earth launched its first major offensive against the stellar empire. 500 human ships emerged from hyperspace near the Empire's main fleet base at Alpha Centauri. Unlike the sleek, uniform designs of alien vessels, each Earth ship looked different. They were built to deceive, surprise, and overcome. Commander Wilson stood on the bridge of the EDS Defender, watching as the Empire's defense fleet scrambled to meet them. "They still think we're primitive," he said to his crew. "Let's show them how primitive humans fight." The Empire's ships formed a perfect battle line, their energy shields creating a beautiful purple barrier in space. High Commander Reed's voice boomed across all channels. "Surrender now, humans. You may have surprised us at Earth, but you faced the Empire's main battle fleet. You cannot win." Wilson's response was simple: "Watch us." The human fleet split into small groups, breaking every rule of space combat the Empire knew. While alien battles relied on formation and shield walls, Earth's ships darted around like angry wasps. Some ships turned off their engines and went dark, looking like debris. Others seemed to malfunction, tumbling end over end, until they suddenly fired their weapons. "What are they doing?" Reed demanded as his tactical display became chaos. "These patterns make no sense." That was exactly the point. Humanity had studied alien combat tactics for decades. They knew the Empire's ships couldn't track more than 6 targets at once. They knew their shields only worked against energy weapons, not physical objects. They knew the aliens relied too much on their computers. The first wave of human attacks used simple metal balls, accelerated to near-light speed by rail guns. They punched through alien shields like they weren't there. 20 Empire ships died before they realized their shields were useless. "Impossible." An alien officer shouted. "They're using primitive kinetic weapons." But humanity's tricks were just beginning. Small drones, looking like debris from destroyed ships, attached to alien vessels. They didn't explode. They just started broadcasting Earth music into all alien communications. "What is this noise?" Reed covered his ears as human rock music blasted through his ship's speakers. His crew couldn't coordinate, couldn't think straight with the endless noise. "We studied your psychology too." Wilson's voice cut through the music. "We know your species can't filter out background noise like humans can. We know it disrupts your concentration." The next wave of attacks came from ships that looked already destroyed. They launched missiles. Not the advanced plasma torpedoes the aliens expected, but old-fashioned nuclear weapons modified with alien tech. The Empire's scanners, designed to detect energy weapons, didn't even notice them. 3 of the Empire's largest battleships vanished in nuclear fire. Their shields, calibrated for energy attacks, might as well have been tissue paper against the modified atomic weapons. "Fall back," Reed ordered as more ships died to weapons his people had dismissed as obsolete centuries ago. "Retreat to defensive position beta." But humanity had planned for that too. The seemingly random patterns of Earth's ships had herded the alien fleet exactly where Wilson wanted them. As they retreated, they flew right into a field of simple metal mines, technology so basic their advanced sensors didn't even register them as weapons. "Basic physics," Wilson commented as explosions ripped through the Imperial fleet. "No shields needed." In just 2 hours, humanity had destroyed a third of the Empire's main battle fleet. Not with superior technology, but with creativity, deception, and weapons so old the aliens had forgotten how to defend against them. The remaining Imperial ships fled in panic, their perfect formation forgotten. They broadcast warnings to the Empire. The humans didn't fight fair, didn't follow proper combat protocols, used primitive weapons in ways that shouldn't work. Wilson watched them run, then sent a message to Earth. Phase 3 complete. The Empire knows now that we can hurt them. Time to show them we can win. In the depths of space, Earth's fleet regrouped, ready to press their advantage. The Empire had awakened humanity's fighting spirit, and now they would learn why that was a terrible mistake. The Great Hall of the Galactic Council erupted in chaos as the holographic display showed another Imperial fleet falling to Earth's forces. Hundreds of alien representatives from 50 different species shouted and argued. Some demanded immediate action against humanity, while others called for peace talks before it was too late. Grand Arbiter Smith, the oldest member of the council, banged his ceremonial staff on the crystal floor. "Order," he shouted, his voice cutting through the noise. "We must maintain order." The council chamber was a massive room built inside an asteroid, with seats arranged in rising circles like a giant theater. Today, every seat was filled as the galaxy's most powerful civilizations faced an unprecedented crisis. "How did this happen?" demanded the representative from the trading worlds, his scales changing color with anger. "The Empire assured us humans were primitive. They said this would be a simple resource collection mission." High Commander Reed stood in the center of the chamber, looking much less confident than he had before the invasion of Earth. "Our intelligence was wrong," he admitted. "The humans hid their true strength. They fight like no species we've ever seen." The display showed recordings from the battles. Human ships using tactics that defied standard combat logic. Weapons that seemed primitive but worked devastatingly well. Strategies that no proper civilization would even consider. "They use nuclear weapons in space," gasped a representative from the science worlds. That's barbaric." "Barbaric, but effective," noted another alien leader. "Look how they modify them to pierce our best shields." In the highest tier of seats, the ancient races watched silently. These species had guided galactic civilization for millennia. Now, for the first time in recorded history, they looked worried. "We have received a message from Earth," announced Grand Arbiter Smith. "They demand a full council hearing, not as supplicants, but as equals." The chamber erupted again. No species had ever dared to make such a demand. New civilizations were supposed to prove themselves over centuries before even being considered for council membership. "They have no right," shouted the Empire's chief diplomat. "They're barely out of their solar system." "They destroyed half your battle fleet," countered a representative from the free worlds. "I'd say that proves something." The argument was interrupted by a new hologram appearing in the chamber center. Commander Wilson stood there, his human form drawing curious stares from species that had never seen his kind before. "Honorable Council," Wilson began, his voice calm but firm. "Earth did not want this war. The Empire attacked us, thinking we were weak. We proved them wrong. Now we offer you all a choice." The chamber fell silent as Wilson continued. "Recognize Earth as a full member of the galactic community, with all rights and privileges. In return, we will share our innovations, ways of thinking your civilizations have forgotten. Or continue to support the Empire's aggression, and learn firsthand why countless invaders have failed to conquer Earth throughout our history." Grand Arbiter Smith studied the human hologram carefully. "You speak boldly for a young species," he said. "We speak boldly because we act boldly," Wilson replied. "Humanity doesn't wait for permission to grow. We take our place among the stars, whether invited or not." The council members whispered among themselves. This was not how new species were supposed to behave. They should be humble, grateful for any attention from their superiors. Instead, these humans demanded respect and backed their demands with military might. "The council must vote," declared Smith. "We must decide how to respond to humanity's unexpected emergence." As the voting began, more battle reports arrived. 3 more Imperial fleets had engaged human forces. 2 had been destroyed. The 3rd had surrendered after the humans demonstrated weapons that could disable ships without destroying them. "Perhaps," mused one of the ancient races, breaking their usual silence, "it is time for the galaxy to change. These humans, they remind us of ourselves. when we were young and unafraid to challenge the order of things. The Council's decision would reshape galactic civilization. The only question was whether they would accept change willingly or have it forced upon them by humanity's fierce determination. Dr. Anna Martinez walked through her underground laboratory, leading a group of stunned alien scientists. The walls were covered with diagrams showing how humans had taken alien technology and changed it in ways no other species had imagined. Behind thick glass windows, researchers tested new weapons and defensive systems that combined Earth's primitive technology with advanced alien science. "You see," Martinez explained, pointing to a simple railgun that was shooting through alien shield technology. "Your civilizations stopped innovating. You found good solutions and stuck with them. Humans never stop looking for better ways." The alien scientists watched in amazement as human researchers demonstrated their latest creation, a device that could disable enemy ships without destroying them. It wasn't elegant like alien technology. It was a mix of old human electronics and salvaged alien parts, held together with what looked like everyday materials. "But this is not proper engineering," protested the lead alien scientist, his antenna twitching in distress. "You can't just combine technologies this way." Martinez smiled. "That's exactly what makes us different. We don't care about proper methods. We care about what works." In another part of the facility, Commander Wilson met with military leaders from various alien species. They watched recordings of Earth's recent victories, trying to understand how this young civilization had defeated the Empire's best fleets. "Your ships all look the same, work the same way," Wilson explained. "Every Imperial captain follows the same tactics they learned centuries ago. But look at our fleet." The screen showed Earth's ships, each one different from the others. Some were built for speed, others for strength. Some looked like they'd been pieced together from spare parts, because they had been. "Humans adapt," Wilson continued. "We see a problem. We solve it. Not with one solution, but with many. The Empire attacked us expecting primitive weapons. We gave them nuclear bombs hidden in asteroids. They expected straight battles. We gave them guerrilla warfare in space." On another screen, they watched a recording of a recent battle. A human ship, badly damaged, turned its destruction into a weapon by overloading its engines near an enemy vessel. The alien officers looked horrified at such tactics. "Your people would rather die than surrender?" one asked. "No," Wilson replied. "We'd rather win by any means necessary." The pilot escaped in a pod, but the enemy didn't know that was part of the plan. In the medical wing, human doctors showed alien visitors another advantage: humanity's ability to survive. They displayed scans of human bodies healing from injuries that would kill other species. "Your people think we're fragile because we don't have natural armor or advanced healing technology," the chief doctor explained. "But humans are incredibly tough. We evolved on a world that tried to kill us every day. We learned to survive anything." Back in her lab, Martinez unveiled humanity's greatest achievement yet: a new form of faster-than-light travel that didn't use any alien technology at all. The aliens had given up trying to improve FTL centuries ago, satisfied with what they had. Humans had started from scratch and found a better way. "This is why we survived the Empire's attack," Martinez said. "Not because we're stronger or more advanced, but because we never stopped trying new things. Every failure teaches us something. Every problem makes us think differently." The alien scientists and officers finally began to understand. They had seen humanity as primitive because they looked for advanced technology. They should have looked for advanced thinking instead. "We don't want to conquer the galaxy," Wilson told them. "We want to help it grow. Your civilizations have gotten too comfortable, too set in their ways. Humanity can bring back the innovation you've lost." As if to prove his point, alarms suddenly blared throughout the facility. A new Imperial fleet had been detected approaching Earth. But this time, humanity had something special waiting for them. Something that would change space warfare forever. Martinez smiled at her visitors. Would you like to see what happens when humans get really creative? Ambassador Mark walked into the Great Hall of the Galactic Council, his simple black suit standing out among the elaborate robes and artificial skins of the alien representatives. He carried no weapons, wore no armor. The only thing that marked him as Earth's representative was a small pin showing his planet's continents. Behind him floated a hologram showing Earth's combined fleet, 5,000 ships of various sizes and designs, all pointed at strategic locations throughout the Empire's territory. It wasn't a threat, just a reminder. Members of the Council, Mark began, his voice clear and confident. Earth comes to negotiate, but not to beg. We have proven our strength. Now we offer our friendship. Grand Arbiter Smith leaned forward on his crystal throne. Friendship? Your forces have destroyed half the Imperial fleet. You've violated every rule of proper warfare. Why should we trust humans? Mark smiled. Because we could have destroyed the entire Imperial fleet, but we chose not to. Because we disabled more ships than we destroyed. Because even now, we're treating Imperial prisoners better than they treated our civilians during their invasion. The chamber screen showed images from Earth's prisoner camps. Imperial soldiers received medical care, decent food, and respect. Things they hadn't expected from primitives. Impossible, shouted the Imperial representative. Our reports say you're savages, barbarians who still fight with physical weapons. Yet these barbarians defeated your best fleets, Mark replied calmly. We used physical weapons because they work. We fight unconventionally because it works. And now we're offering peace, because that can work too. He gestured, and new holograms appeared. They showed human scientists working with captured Imperial technology, improving it in ways the Empire's engineers had never considered. Another image showed a disabled Imperial battleship being repaired by human engineers, its systems enhanced rather than simply restored. Earth offers the galaxy something it has lost: innovation, creativity, the drive to improve rather than merely maintain. Mark's voice carried to every corner of the chamber. Yes, we want full membership in the Council. Yes, we want access to your technological archives. But in return, we offer something priceless: change. The ancient races stirred in their seats. One of them, a being of pure energy, spoke for the first time in centuries. The young one speaks truth. Our civilizations have grown stagnant. We maintain rather than improve. Perhaps we need humanity's chaos. Mark placed a data crystal on the central podium. These are our terms. They're simple. Earth joins the Council as a full member. All technology is shared freely between our worlds. The Empire withdraws its forces from our solar system and pays compensation for their invasion. In return, we help modernize your technologies and defense systems. And if we refuse? Asked the Imperial representative. The hologram behind Mark shifted to show Earth's new weapons, devices that could shut down any ship's systems without harming the crew. Then we demonstrate more of humanity's creative solutions to conflict. We prefer peace, but we excel at war. The choice is yours. Grand Arbiter Smith studied the human carefully. You speak of peace while showing us your weapons. We speak of peace while showing we can defend it, Mark corrected. Earth has fought itself for thousands of years. We know the price of war. We also know that true peace comes from strength and mutual respect, not weakness and submission. The council chambers fell silent as the implications sank in. Humanity wasn't just asking for a seat at the table. They were offering to help rebuild the table itself. Their primitive thinking could revolutionize technologies that hadn't changed in centuries. The council will consider your terms, Smith announced. But everyone in the chamber knew it wasn't really a choice. Humanity had proven itself too powerful to ignore, too innovative to suppress, and too valuable to reject. Mark bowed slightly. We await your decision. But remember, Earth is no longer asking for permission to join galactic civilization. We're offering you the chance to join us in building a better one. The future of the galaxy hung in the balance, and for the first time in millennia, it looked like real change was coming to the stars. 1 year after Earth's acceptance into the Galactic Council, the changes were impossible to ignore. The great halls of the Council headquarters now included a new wing, built in the practical human style that mixed beauty with function. Inside, representatives from 100 worlds watched in amazement as human engineers demonstrated their latest innovations. Commander Wilson stood beside Grand Arthur Smith, watching as a human-modified Imperial battleship performed maneuvers that should have been impossible for its size. The ship now used half the energy of its original design while moving twice as fast. "Your people have changed more in 1 year than we changed in 1,000, Smith admitted, his ancient eyes showing a new spark of excitement. It's terrifying and wonderful at the same time. The Empire had learned its lesson the hard way. Their remaining fleets now trained with human instructors, learning to think creatively rather than following centuries-old battle plans. Imperial ships were being rebuilt with new designs that combined the best of both worlds, human innovation and Imperial technology." In a nearby research center, Dr. Martinez worked with alien scientists from 30 different species. They gathered around a new, faster-than-light drive that used principles the aliens had overlooked for millennia. "Sometimes the simple solution is the best one," Martinez explained, pointing to a design that looked almost primitive compared to the complex alien machines around it. "You just have to be willing to question everything you think you know." The alien scientists nodded, having learned that humans' primitive thinking often solved problems their advanced computers had declared impossible. Already, human innovations had improved food production on 12 worlds and solved energy crises on 7 more. On Earth, the changes were just as dramatic. Cities now featured a mix of human and alien architecture. Cars flew between buildings while teleport stations moved people across continents. But unlike other worlds, Earth kept its old technology too, because humans never knew when an old idea might solve a new problem. In orbit, Earth's defense fleet had grown even stronger, but now it included ships from other worlds, their crews learning from each other. Humanity's military strength had earned them respect, but their willingness to share knowledge had earned them allies. "Look at this," Wilson said, showing Smith a report on his tablet. "The free worlds are using our modified railgun design to defend against pirates. The trading worlds have adopted our emergency protocols. Even the ancient races are studying our approach to problem solving." Smith nodded. "We feared your species would bring chaos to the galaxy. We were right. But we didn't understand that we needed that chaos. We had become too set in our ways, too convinced that the old solutions were the only solutions." In the council chamber, Ambassador Mark sat in Earth's new seat, discussing trade agreements with worlds that a year ago had called humans primitives. The Empire's representative, humbled by defeat but wiser for it, worked with humans to rebuild their damaged worlds. "The galaxy hasn't just accepted us," Mark told his alien colleagues. "It's remembered how to grow, how to change, how to get better instead of just staying the same." Deep in the Empire's territory, a new joint human-imperial academy trained young officers from both civilizations. They learned to combine imperial discipline with human creativity, creating something stronger than either side had alone. The ancient races watched all of this with growing approval. They had guided the galaxy for millions of years, maintaining order and stability. Now humans were teaching everyone, including them, that sometimes disorder led to greater progress than perfect order. "We thought we were coming to conquer Earth," a captured Imperial commander told his human guards. "Instead, you conquered the galaxy, not with weapons, but with ideas." As the galactic year drew to a close, ships from every civilization gathered near Earth for a celebration. Their formation was perfect, like the Empire had always demanded, until a human admiral suggested they try something new. The resulting display was chaotic, beautiful, and unlike anything the galaxy had seen before. Just like humanity's rise to power, it broke all the rules but achieved something greater in the process. Earth had changed the galaxy forever. Not by destroying the old order, but by showing everyone a new way forward. The stars themselves seemed brighter, as if they too were ready for humanity's next innovation.